We use rubber bands to help us correct the classification of the teeth. So what is the classification? I'll show you. Classification. This is what we call an ideal class 1. Ideal class 1 is where you have the lower canine and then the upper canine and lower premolar are fitting together in this pattern where they're offset. So we have lower tooth, upper tooth, lower tooth, upper tooth, lower tooth, upper tooth. So we want to have the teeth off-centered and offset from each other. So looking at this molar has this cusp and the distal or back cusp right here. So this front cusp should fit right down the middle of the lower molar. So that's class 1. What often happens that we see a lot is people with a class 2 malocclusion. So that's where the teeth fit more like that. So this is a class 2 malocclusion where the upper jaw is forward compared to the lower jaw, or the lower jaw is back compared to the upper jaw. So as you can see here, this molar, this front cusp of the molar, is fitting kind of right there instead of in the middle of the lower molar like it's supposed to. And then you see that these teeth are just hitting right on top of each other. Same with these teeth, and then the canines just right on top of each other. So this is a malocclusion, or it's a bad bite, because it decreases the chewing efficiency and it increases the wear and tear on these teeth. So how do we fix that with rubber bands? This is why we need our patient's help. So they will go in and put the rubber bands from the canine down to the molar here. Okay, and then we have that. And so what does that do? The rubber band is going to want to pull like that and bring us into a class 1. So we're back to ideal. All right, let me take this off. And we'll show you something else. So another problem, we talked about class 1, we talked about class 2, so class 3 is where it goes the other way. So class 3 is where if you have a class 3, sometimes you have this underbite here. So class 3 is where the lower jaw is forward compared to the upper jaw. So we can see that this upper molar, this front cusp of the upper molar is not fitting in the middle. It's way back here on this lower molar. And then all of these lower teeth are forward to the position that they're supposed to be in. All right, so we're going from the lower canine, upper molar. And so that's going to want to bring these teeth like that. So it pulls the teeth into a class 1. That's the ideal position for wear and tear on your teeth for over the long term, over the course of your life, and for chewing efficiency. Sometimes your teeth are kind of in the right forward to back position, but not top to bottom position. So sometimes we see a little gap right in here. And what we need is for what we call a triangle elastic. So that's where you take the rubber band from the upper canine, bring it down to the lower canine, and the tooth just behind it, which is the premolar. Okay, and so what that's going to do is it's going to kind of sink the teeth in so that they lock into place really nicely. You can see we call this a triangle elastic, obviously, because it makes a triangle right there.